on your starting lineup. That's kind of, like I said, that's kind of, you don't see that every day. Can you tell us about that?
So it's interesting not having a senior on the team. You lack that leadership, and you lack that person that you can go to every night. But at the same time, we're rebuilding. We're getting all these kids back next year, and we're excited what's to come. We actually play quite a few eighth graders, and you'll see that tonight. And that experience going forward is going to help.
Coach, any final thoughts before I send you back out?
I hope we can handle pressure tonight.
All right, thanks so much. Coach, thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
That was head coach Chris Fosheim for the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. Good to talk with him. Had a great conversation with him before and after the interview, as I was having a hard time just getting the pen to work to get the starting lineups and getting all the numbers down and some of the pronouncing on the last names, because really don't do that. You usually just kind of go off the cuff. So hey, the more you know. More to come here on the pregame show on KOKK on Dakota Sports. We'll have your interview with the head coach for the Lady Wrestlers, Christy Lanke. All that coming up in 1 minute. 1 minute here on Dakota Sports.
Are your calves performing to their full potential? Does the ration provide everything they need? Let the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feeds help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Tip-off coming up here inside the Miller Gymnasium tonight as they're taking on number 7 Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. Talking with head coach Christy Lanke, the coach for the Miller Lady Wrestlers. Coach, it's game time tonight. You guys are 15-5 overall and 8-2 at home, so looks like you got, just put it bluntly, you got home court advantage.
Yep, we do. We're excited to play tonight.
Absolutely. And, just as a hypothetical, you guys are number 2, Stanley County number 7. You guys are heavily favored to win tonight, and this is just a probably a good question is, if you guys win tonight, you got either Cheyenne, Eagle View, or Crow Creek after they play tonight. So, you played against Cheyenne. That led to a Rustlers win. Crow Creek, you really haven't played. If Crow Creek does win tonight, what can you kind of, expect from either Crow Creek or Cheyenne?
Yeah, really right now we're just taking it one game at a time, but looking forward, when it is, we just need to go out and play basketball. They both like to push the ball up the court. They like to run and gun, and so we just got to take control and not allow that to happen. We haven't seen Eagle Butte since the beginning of the season, so they've definitely improved, but we've also improved. So I guess we'll see.
And then just going back to Stanley County, last time you played them was, I believe, at the beginning of the season, led to a Rustlers win, 62-26. You're hoping to, do that again.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what we're looking to do.
Talk about the starting lineups and just the lineups overall. What can you tell about, some of the players that kind of stood out to you from the beginning of the season all the way up until now?
For Stanley County?
No, Miller. That's what I meant to say.
Yep. We are just Kate Lichty. She's a huge scorer for us. Paige Wordle, Joey Palmer, Madeline Sayanga had a huge game, our first game of the season. So looking for just all of us to really contribute tonight and hopefully just get up and so we can work on some things.
Coach, any final thoughts before I send you back out?
No, we're just going to play our game.
All right, good to hear. Coach, thank you so much and good luck tonight.
That was head coach Christy Lanke for the Miller Lady Wrestlers tonight. Good to talk with her, and finally got an interview with her, as the times I've been here for Miller, we've been having technical difficulties, or we just kind of ran out for the pregame show. But hey, we finally got a interview with the head coach for the Lady Rustlers. They are coming off on a 5-15 overall from the regular season as they wrapped up not too long ago for both of these teams. Still to come on the pregame show, we got your tip-off coming up and your starting lineups, starting lineups and your tip-off, all to come in 4.5 minutes. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes here on Dakota Sports.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified, and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports.
The certified public accountant firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and not audit financial statements, estate planning, just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
American Family Insurance.
This is Crystal Volkwartson, agent at Volkwartson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuffed pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bevo beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
All right, back here inside the Miller Gymnasium here in Miller, South Dakota, as Miller coming off on the number 2 seed, hosting Stanley County, the number 7 seed here inside the girls 6A region tonight. Might as well look at some scores. Might as well do the scoreboard update. That update brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. Lori at the Mirror offers haircuts, coloring, waxing perms, hair treatments, eyelash extensions, and shampoo sets. Stop in or call at 605-883-HAIR. Again, 605-883-HAIR. Looking at the girls AA, Class AA, Yankton at Brookings. 1 minute at the second quarter. 24-7 as the Gazelles lead over the Bobcats. Other games looking at tonight, Huron as the Tigers are hosting for a doubleheader against O'Gorman. Girls in the 5 minutes left in the second. O'Gorman up 20-29. Huron at 5. Other games to look at tonight as we all just rattling off other games tonight. For 6A, Stanley County at Miller. Region 1A, Redfield at Millbank. Region 1B, Hitchcock Tulare at Langford. Couple of Region 2B games, T. Smith at Westington Springs. Iroquois Lake Preston at Arlington. Oldham Ramona Rutland at Castlewood. Woolsey Westington at DeBrook. Region 3B, Del Rapids St. Mary's at Sanborn, Central Woonsocket. And other games to look at tonight, especially in the 6A matchups. Number 4, Chamberlain Cubs hosting number 5, Platte Geddes Black Panthers. That started, tip-off time starting at right now. And number 3, Cheyenne Eagle Butte Lady Chieftains hosting number 6, Crow Creek Braves. As looking at after this game tonight, where hopefully either Miller or Stanley County will go up either against Cheyenne Eagle Butte or Lady Chieftains after this game tonight. So we'll have the scoreboard updates for all the games I kind of rattled off on for the Mirror Family Hair Care. That scoreboard update, like I said, that scoreboard update brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. For an appointment at the Mirror, you can call Lori at 605-883-HAIR. And we are going to be underway for the starting lamps will begin right after the national anthem. So we're going to come back, take a break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. Here on Dakota Sports.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers from Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just don't sideline your game. They can sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Whip Custom Farming can help with all of your crop production needs, from planting to spraying to harvesting to trucking. With over 50 years of experience, Whip Custom Farming is prepared to meet the individual producer's needs, from the entire annual operation to individual per contract jobs. Whip Custom Farming is available to do the complete job or work alongside you and your existing equipment. Find us online or call Trent at 605-350-2867. Whip Custom Farming, looking forward to growing with you.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Wishbone Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The certified public accountant firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and not audit financial statements, estate planning, just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
American Family Insurance.
This is Crystal Volkwartson, agent at Volkwartson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuffed pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bevo beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Back inside the Miller Armory as tip-off is now underway, as looks like number 20, Paige Wordle, started off the game on the tip-off, one on the tip-off against the Buffaloes, as Norman hands back off to Hall. Hall and back to Norman on top of the key on the right side. Now passes on onto the right wing. This time to Addie Deal, now on the inside, try to pass it in. So bounce pass to Alyssa Tedder, no good, ends up in the hands of the Rustlers. Palmer to Wordle, now on the inside, on the left, no good on the inside. Ends it back out onto a defensive rebound to Kenzie Hall. Hall to Norman on top of the key, moving inside. Bounce passes it this time to Deal on the right wing, moves on the inside. Stop a little bit on the inside on the right, no good. Now ball sees on the left wing. Now on top, this time in the hands of Alyssa Tedder. Tedder hands off to Hall. Hall try to give it to Tedder on the inside, no good. Ends up out of bounds. Ends up back in the hands of the Rustlers. My name is Gertie Harrington, joining you on the call tonight as it's girls region 6A here, as there's a lot of girls region basketball started tonight, and we'll have those scores around the area games here when we get to the halftime and the post game. Palmer on the left wing on top. Now back on top, hands it, bounce pass to Syanga. Now hands it off to the corner of Paige Wordle. Now on back up to the top to Palmer. Now on the inside, back to Paige. Struggling on the inside. Now puts it top to Syanga. Now to Wordle on the left corner. Up for a three. Good to go. Make it 5-0. 6:24 left here to go, as now it's the Rustlers. Have they been on man-to-man defense here as the ball got stolen into the hands of the Rustlers? As Palmer goes up with a tough shot on the left corner inside. Make it 7-0. As Buffalo's been struggling, they've been struggling. As I say that, ball got stepped into the out of bounds lane, making it back in the hands of the Rustlers. Buffalo's now on a scoring drought with 2 minutes into the game. Palmer, ball inside. Now it's Syanga. Inside the right, and ball whistles blown as it's a travel call, this time on the Rustlers. Looked like it was on Madeline Syanga. She's shaking it off, as it's really a no big deal. Man-to-man defense as the ball got stolen into Paige Wordle. She's got another shot on the inside the left, as a timeout's being called by Fosheim for the Stanley County Buffaloes. As timeout's being taken, we might as well take the timeout and do the starting lineups, because we really didn't have time, as it was they did the lineups first, then the national anthem, not the other way around. So for the Rustlers, it's Grayson Wordle, Kate Lichty, Paige Wordle, Jolie Palmer, and Madeline Syanga for your starting five for the Rustlers. Head coach for them is by Christy Lanke. Stanley County Lady Buffaloes, for them, it's Austin Norman, Kenzie Hall, Taylor Barta, Addie Deal, and Alyssa Tedder. Head coach for them is Chris Fosheim for the Lady Buffaloes. 30 seconds left here on for timeouts, as it's not a bad crowd out here tonight. I see the Miller student section, not a bad student section, I will say, as it's regions tonight for both of these teams, as other games are playing around the region area. As Chamberlain Cubs hosting Platte Geddes, number 4 hosting number 5, and number 3 Cheyenne Eagle Butte Lady Chieftains hosting number 6 Crow Creek Braves. As that game that I just said, that's going to be crucial depending on who comes out on top tonight. Out of the timeouts and back onto the court, as it's going to be Buffalo's ball, as they're getting double teamed. It looked like Kenzie Hall was getting double teamed by the Rustlers, and it's man-to-man. Rustlers are not really holding anything back out here on the court tonight. As ball got out of bounds, it's still going to be Buffalo's ball. Haven't really made it onto their side of the court. They're moving left to right on your dial and on your screen if you're listening to us on our YouTube Live here tonight. Norman on the right wing 3, up and no good. As Palmer gets the rebound, she's moving down on the court. Bounce passes it to Wordle. Wordle up no good, but she's going to the line. Grayson Wordle on the free throw line tonight as the Rustlers 9-0 for the Buffaloes. Foul's going to be on number 4, Austin Norman, her first foul of the night, and the first foul for the Buffaloes. Early advantage for the Rustlers tonight. Wordle, first shot is up and no good. Ball was spit back out from the hoop. Looked like it was in, but no good. 5:17 left here to go. Second shot on, up and in, coming up and good to go for Grayson Wordle. Ball almost got tipped up into the Miller hands. Lands in the hands of Miller as Palmer gets it. No good for a shot. Rebounded. Still by it. Still Grayson Wordle has it. Now to Sayanga. Now back to Paige Wordle on the right wing. Now in the corner. Done by Palmer. Up no good. Rebounded this time for the Buffaloes. Never mind. It gets stolen into the hands of Kate Lichty for the Lady Rustlers. As it's 12-0 here inside the Miller Gymnasium. As assistant head coach for the Buffaloes are talking with the players on the court, saying like, well, you need to do this. It looked like it was towards Kenzie Hall as she has the ball. Overhead pass to Norman. Norman on top of the key, moving right wing. Hands it off to Deal. Now a little bit on the right wing. Now back up on top. And a steal made by Paige Wordle. She goes, stops, and gets it up to go. Paige Wordle, another few points under her belt. Norman having a heck of a time trying to get the ball onto the other side of the court. Gives it off to Hall. Hall now having difficult times. Hands it over pass to Barta. Barta now back to Hall. Hall, no good. It looked like it was a swat. Done by, looked like it was Sayanga. Looks like a foul is, really no foul where that foul's going to be on, but foul's going to be on the Rustlers. Looks like that foul's going to be on number 20, Paige Wordle, for the Rustlers. As Addie Deal hands it off to Norman on top of the key. And we have someone back in. It's going to be Ryan Bothwell, the 5'8" guard, an 8th grader on the team for the Buffaloes. Really don't see that a lot. As I talked with the head coach for the Buffaloes, Chris Fosheim, about really there's no really no seniors on the team. So the Buffaloes still got some, they're going to keep all their players for the next season if they're still going to be in. So yeah, not a bad deal, as it's all just mostly comprised of some juniors, some sophomores and 8th graders, and some freshmen for their roster. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to be Buffalo's taking it out. Tedder inbounds it out to Norman. Norman on top of the key. Pass into the right wing to Addie Deal. Deal moving on the corner. Now back up on the wing. Now moving on top. Hands it back up on top. This time to Hannah Tedder, the 5'8" forward 8th grader. I believe it. She got it up to go. No good, actually, but it will give her send her to the line, as that foul is going to be on number 14, Kate Lichty. Up and no good for Hannah Tedder. This is their opportunity to get at least 1 point on the board tonight, as it's 14-0. Buffaloes need to end their scoring drought with 3:19 left here to go, and hits the rim. So no dice for the Buffaloes. Palmer down the inside. Overhead pass to Kate Lichty on the left wing. Moves on the inside. Takes a step back. Up and good for Lichty. Ball in the hands of Ryan Bothwell. Bothwell hands it off to Norman. Into the pass of Tedder. Tedder, no good. Miscommunication pass. Ends up in the hands of the Rustlers. Wordle. Grayson Wordle now on top. Hands it off to Jolie Palmer on the right wing. Takes it. Gets it to go. I believe that looked like it was a three-pointer, but no good. As that's going to stay as a 2-point. That 4 points for Jolie Palmer now. Ends up back in the hands of Palmer. Now throws it into, I believe it was Paige Wordle. Timeout being taken this time by the Rustlers. Chrissy Linke going to talk with her players. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds here on Dakota Sports.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Vern's Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Out of the timeouts and back onto the court, as we do have a new player for the Rustlers, number 40, Kayan Anderberg, the 5'9" senior. Number 40. With 2:20 left here to go in the first quarter. As it's Buffalo's ball. Trying to hand off on the inside, up and no good. As it's tipped out into the hands of the Rustlers. Palmer on the right corner, hands up back up top to Lichty. Lichty this time to JC Pugh, another player, and back on the court. Lichty for a right wing three, no good. Rebound again, I believe that time is going to be I believe that's on number 40. That's going to be Kayan Anderberg, her first score of the day. Norman leaning in towards on the right side, on the right wing. Moves on the inside, this time to Tedder. I believe that's good to go. Alyssa Tedder, good to go for a score. Make that 22-2. Now at the 20-point ball game. 1:37 left here to go as substitutions coming in as Kate Lichty comes out. As it's going to be subbed in for number 12, Haley Wordle, the 5'11" freshman. It's going to be an and one shot for Alyssa Tedder. Up and good for a shot. Make it 22-3. 1:34 left here to go in the first. Palmer now on the right wing. Hands it up over to the left wing to JC Pugh. Now back up on top. Now back in the hands of Pugh and on the right wing. Moves on the inside this time to JC Pugh. No, back up on top to Palmer. Palmer moving on the inside. Doesn't hit the rim though, but it catches into the hands of Jessie Fosheim. Buffaloes now. Takes on the inside, takes a shot, and that's up and good. That shot's gonna be on number 2, Ryan Bothwell. Make it 22-5. Less than a minute to go here in the first. Wordle to Palmer on the inside. Takes a little shot up, no good. But she's fouled. She's going to the line. That was an underneath shot. Foul's going to be on number 1, Jessie Fosheim, excuse me, for the Buffaloes. 2 shots going for Palmer. Up and good. 23-25, 54 seconds left here to go. Up and no good. 50 seconds left here to go in the first as Buffalo will have it. Hall stop it on top of the key, throws it into Tedder. As it's going to be a jump ball as the hands were on Kenzie Hall and Paige Wordle. Both their hands were on the ball. Leads up into a jump ball. It's going to be still with the Buffalo side. As Ryan Bothwell will take it on the inbound. Finds somebody. She does. She finds Alyssa Tedder. Takes up to go. Good. Make it a 23-7 as Tedder been having some good games. Has at least 5 points under her belt tonight. Hand off on top of the key, and it's a double dribble as they hand off from, looks like the Haley Wordle to, I believe, to her sister. 21 seconds left here to go. Rustlers want to lead this game, want to end this first quarter with a score. Doesn't matter if they're up or not, as the ball got stolen this time by Palmer. And I believe that's a push foul coming on the Rustlers' way. That's a push foul going on number 5. Kenzie Hall by the Buffalo. Up for a shot by the Rustlers. Up and no good. Rebounded by the Buffaloes. Ball now in the hands of Bothwell. Bothwell moving on. Takes a pass on to Foshine. Foshine almost lost the ball. Takes a corner to pass. No good. There you have it. 23-7 as the Lady Rustlers end first quarter have a lead, and I believe there's really no looking back for the Rustlers. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll come back. We'll have your second quarter action. 1 minute or 30 seconds here on Dakota Sports. 30 seconds.
So, where do you want to go eat?
How about that new place, the 18th century theme restaurant?
No. How about that one place that has boiled?
No way. Well, you want a juicy burger and ice cream, and I want delicious chicken strips.
Dairy Queen! Dairy Queen of Huron has something for everyone.
Plus, they have the famous DQ blizzards. My favorite is the Oreo.
And they're open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron, the place for hot eats and cool treats.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Second quarter is going to be underway here tonight, but we might as well look at some scores happening around, this time in the Class Girls AA, as Yankton over Brookings 31-8. 6 minutes left in the third, and number 2 O'Gorman is dominating over Huron 50-18. 3 minutes left in the third. Back in the action here inside the Miller Gymnasium tonight as we start second quarter action against Rustlers against Buffalo for the girls region tonight. It'll be the Rustlers starting this game out in second. Palmer throws it out. This time to Grayson Wordle on the left wing. Now back to Syenga. Syenga now to Paige Wordle on the right wing. Now back on top. Now to Syenga on the left wing for a three. No good. Rebounded by Kenzie Hall for the Buffalo. Hands it off to Norman. Norman, the Deal. Deal on the right wing. She's having some trouble by Paige Wordle for defense. As ball got stolen this time by Anderberg. Anderberg on the right wing, hands it off. Now back to Grayson Wordle. Grayson Wordle to Paige. Paige to Palmer on the left corner. Three! And does she get a three? No, that's not going to count for a three. It's going to count for 2 points. We are less than 1 minute into the second quarter, 25-7. As Stanley County was struggling to put up points, but they did manage to get some up in later on in the first quarter. Ball still up on top. Now trying to move in on inside. No good. Hands the ball to Hall. Hall on top. Steps back. Now back up on top. 10 seconds left on the shot clock and got stolen this time by Palmer as she's trying to handle the ball, and she does finally. Syenga now inside. No good. Steps up. Now on top to Grayson Wordle. Wordle now to Paige on the inside. No good for a shot. Rebounded. This time by the Buffaloes. Hall hands off to Norman on the ball. Norman on top. On the Rustler logo. Now she's moving up. Over the pass shot to Hannah Tedder. Tedder to hand off to Norman. Norman on the right wing gives it off to Tedder. Moving on the inside, takes it, no good. Ball goes over the hoop, lands on the hands of the Rustlers. It's going to be Paige Wordle. Takes it up for a tough shot, gets it to go. Make it 27-7. It's a 20-point game. 5:50 left here to go in the second. As going to be Hall trying to go for a shot. And she made a shot, but it's not going to count as it's a traveling call. As Jolie Palmer goes on the bench, and replacing her is going to be number 24, Bailey Brueggemann, the 5'5" sophomore. Rustlers with ball. 5:40 left. As great Paige Wordle will take it, moves it on the left side on the left wing, stops. Sees someone, sees Siang on the inside, no, throws it back out to Grayson. Sees someone, and it's going to be Brueggemann. Try to go for a corner, left corner three, no good. And it looked like Paige Wordle had it, and she does. She goes up for a shot and gets it in. As she's stolen the ball by the by the Buffaloes. Five minutes to go in the first half. As ball again got stolen, this time by Paige Wordle. She goes in on the left layup, gets it to go. Paige Wordle, I believe she's got 14 points under her belt. She's the lead scorer for the Rustlers so far tonight. And she's already having a double score, and it's halfway through the first half tonight. Halfway through the second quarter. Sianga gets it in to go for a right-hand layup. As I've been talking about Paige Wordle having a double score tonight. Kenzie Hall goes in on the left. No good. Whistle blown. I believe that's going to be a shooting foul. Foul's going to be on number 40, Ian Anderberg, her first foul of the night. First foul of the second quarter. First shot up and no good for Kenzie Hall. Substitutions coming in as Anderberg gets subbed out. It looks like J.C. Pugh's in for the Rustlers tonight, coming off the bench. Second shot incoming, up and no good for Hall. Rebounded, and it looks like two players from the Rustlers and one player for the Buffaloes had the ball in their hands, and it's going to be a jump ball. Substitutions coming in now, this time for the Buffaloes. Two players coming out. As ball's still on the Buffalo side, it's going to be Austin Norman inbounding the ball. Trying to find somebody, and she does. She does find somebody. Addie Deal moving on the inside. No good. That's going to be another foul coming on the Rustlers' way. It's going to be hitting foul. Foul's on number 10, Grayson Wordle. Second foul for the second quarter. 4:19 left here to go. Addie Deal up and good for first shot of the night. Second shot incoming, up and no good. Hits the rim. Lichty on the left wing, no good. Ball gets moved around now on the inside. This time into Lichty, takes up for a floater, no good. Deflects the ball, ends up in the hands of the Buffaloes. As Austin Norman will have it. Throws it off to Fosheim on the left wing. Takes on the top, almost took a step, and she takes another step leading into a travel call on Buffalo. As Chris Fosheim wasn't really happy with that call. I would agree too, as clock is at 3:49 left here to go in the second. As Brueggemann will take it. Now back on top on the left wing. Now to Grayson Wordle. Now back to Lichty. Lichty moves, sees someone inside. No good. Ball still get moved on. Back up on top. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. As Grayson Wordle has it. Now on top. Gives it to Sianga on the right wing. Now to Brueggemann. Now this time into Lichty, sees on the inside, takes up, rebounds her own ball, no good. Rebounds her own ball again, gets it in to go. Third time's the charm for Lichty on the rebounds. 3:12 left here to go. 35-8 is your score. As I believe we are going to be, if I'm not betting man, we're going to be on the running clock to start the second half. As ball get tipped out of bounds, inside is going to be on the Buffaloes. Rustlers will inbound it as Grayson Wordle will hand it off to Brueggemann. Brueggemann moving up now, gives it off to Lichty on the left wing. Bounce pass Sayanga. Sayanga bounce passes it into Brueggemann again. Brueggemann now to Sayanga on the left wing. Now to Lichty. Now to Grayson Wordle on the right wing. Throws it off to Lichty on the left wing. Three! No good. Bounce passes it all over the board as it lands into the Buffalo side. Norman almost thought about taking a three on the right wing. No good. It looked like as Deal tried to go in for a shot. No good. Ends up on the rebound. Hands for the Wrestlers. Lichty now. Top of the key. Hands it off to Grayson Wordle on the right wing. Trying to move on the inside. See someone. It's J.C. Pugh try to go for a right close shot. No good. Ends up in the hands of the Buffalo. Norman. Miscommunication. No Buffalo player was there. Ends up in the hands of Pugh. Pugh to Lichty. Try to go for a shot. Hits the corner of the board and ends up on a fouling call. I believe it was a holding call done by the Buffaloes. No, it's actually going to be a push foul done by Bailey Brueggemann, number 24 for the Lady Rustlers. 1:48 left here to go, as Rustlers have 3 fouls under their belt in the second quarter. As the Lady Buffaloes, they've been on a scoring drought. Really can't tell. Can't really call. But it's been a while since they had a score up on the board. It's 35-8. This ball almost got stolen out. And it does eventually by Jolie Palmer. She's moving fast on the court. And we had a few players come up behind her, one of them being Addie Deal to steal the ball out of her hands. And it's going to be a fouling call on her. It's not going to be a shooting foul, so it's going to be staying on the Rustlers' side as Palmer will, on the inbound line, find someone, and it's going to be Paige Wordle for a middle shot. Gets it up to go. 37-8. 1:13 left here to go in the second. As Fosheim moves it in, no good. Picks it up to Hannah Tedder. She gets it in. I don't believe that's going to count as she's going to the line as well. Fouling goes on number 50, Madeline Sayanga, her first foul of the night for the 5'9" senior. This one's going to be the 14th foul. It's going to be a and one shot. Gets it to go by Hannah Tedder. Make it 37-11. 1:04 left here to go in the second. We'll have your halftime stats analysis and a look at your scoreboard update around the region area. Class AA and Class A and Class B for the girls especially. Ball still up on the top. Now finds Lichty inside. Gets a floater shot done by Kate Lichty for the 5'11" senior. And she's got 8 points under her belt so far. 16 points done by, looks like it's by Paige Wordle. 30 seconds left. It's going to be a 8-second difference between the shot clock and the clock itself. Ball still up on the left wing, goes on the inside. This time to Hall. Makes it up and no good inside the hands of Kate Lichty. We'll slow down the play with 15 seconds left to go. Lichty to Palmer on the left wing, moving on top. Moving on top of the key now. Trying to do a handoff. No good. She tries to go in. No good. Ends up in the hands of Paige Wordle. No good. Rebound by the Buffalo. And that's going to be it for your second quarter analysis, your second quarter score. 39-11, Lady Rustlers is having a field day over the Lady Buffaloes, and looks like they're really not going to look back for the time being. My name is Grady Harrington, joining you on the call tonight as it's Girls Regions starting tonight, as we got a few games as a few games are happening over tonight. We'll have those scores coming up. Everything coming up, your halftime scores and analysis and your scoreboard update, all to come in 2 minutes. 2 minutes here on Dakota Sports.
Are your calves performing to their full potential? Does the ration provide everything they need? Let the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feeds help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports.
The certified public accountant firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and not audit financial statements, estate planning, just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Back inside the Miller Armory tonight or Miller Gymnasium, as halftime is underway. Your score for the second end of the first half, 39-11, as the Miller Lady Rustlers is not looking back over Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. As for the Buffaloes, they have been struggling since tip-off began tonight around 7 o'clock. And it's tough for them. And I've talked to Chris, and I've been talking with head coach Chris Fosheim, for the head coach for the Lady Buffaloes. And he kind of explained it himself, and it's kind of really not going their way. But overall, they're not really. It's always next year for them, especially because they're not going to lose any players for next year, because it's all juniors, sophomores, freshmen, some eighth graders as well. So it's really not. It's good for them. As for the Lady Rustlers, we might as well go into, for them, they haven't been looking back. They haven't looked back since the end of the first quarter going into the second quarter. And, it's been really great for them. As I said, 39-11 as Lady Rustlers lead this game. Might as well go into the lead scorers so far and the free throw percentages. Let's start with the Lady Rustlers. For the lead scorers, it's no contest. Number 20, Paige Wordle, she's got 16 points under her belt, and that's only end of the second quarter into the first half. So pretty hats off to her. Other second to lead scorer under Paige Wordle is Jolie Palmer, the number 30, 5'6" senior. She's got 7 points under her belt. Everyone else has Grayson Wordle and Kate Lichty with 4 points each, and Madeline Sanga and Kayan Anderberg with 2 points as well. Free throws, 2 for 4 on the line tonight. They're shooting 50%. For the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes, lead scorer for them is number 22, Elissa Tedder. She made 5 points overall, all of them coming from the first quarter. Everyone else, Hannah Tedder with 3. Ryan Bothwell with 2. And Addie Deal with 1 point. For free throws, they are 3 for 8. They're shooting 37.5% on the free throw line tonight. Before we head into the scoreboard update, might as well talk talk about the officials of the game. That is brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office. They are always the law on the court. And we might as well go into the scoreboard update. That scoreboard update brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. The Mirror accepts walk-ins. The Mirror Family Hair Care, located 35 4th Street in downtown Huron. Other games to look at as regions started for the girls tonight, as we do have a few games to go over. I'm going to look at my schedule quick, pull that up. As Region 1B, Hitchcock-Tulare over Langford area, end of the first half. They are up 34-16. Well, let's see here. Brook area for Region 2B. DeBrook area over Woolsey Wessington, 22-10, end of the first half. Other games to look at over the regions tonight, and this is in Class B. Region 2B still, D. Smith over Wessington Springs, 27-24, end of the first half. And we just wrapped up the game on Region 3B. Sanborn Central Woonsocket defeated Del Rapids St. Mary's 48-39 as they started at 6 o'clock tonight. That's really about it. Aside from the regions, we got number 6 Centerville taking on Trip Delmont Armor. Centerville up 27-23 at the start of the third quarter. That's playing at the Centerville School Purple Gym. Class A for the girls, Clark Willow Lake over Elton Blake Benton, 23-19, end of the first half. Other scores really look at tonight. At Region 1A for the girls, Millbank over Redfield, 19-12. 5 minutes left in the third. Here tonight, looking for Iroquois Lake Preston at Arlington. I believe that's all the way back in Class B. Taking a look back at that. Iroquois Lake Preston, really not seen. I believe it's at Castlewood. Yeah, at Castlewood over Iroquois Lake Preston, 39-11, end of the first half. I believe it's a neutral site, or I could believe it's, yeah, I don't know. I think it's at a neutral site. I do believe. That's going to be it for your class, or your region scores for tonight. As we do have other scores to look at for the Region 6A matchups, as Chamberlain Cubs are hosting number 5 Platte Geddes Black Panthers. And number 3, and there's another game going on, number 3 Cheyenne Eagle Butte Lady Chieftains hosting number 6 Crow Creek Braves. Trying to find those scores tonight. Bear with me here, as I'm not really seeing anything for Class B for them, so I might as well head over to Class A for them. Okay. There we go. Cheyenne Eagle Butte, 52. Crow Creek, 22. End of the first half as they start at 7 o'clock tonight. Looking for now Chamberlain for them, as I'm not seeing them tonight. And never mind, I just passed them. Chamberlain, end of the first half, as Chamberlain is up over Platte Geddes, 36-25. As really the game that I'm really looking at after this game tonight, and it's looking like to be a Rustler win, and I know it's too close to call as we're almost into the second quarter, or second half of this game. But it's all coming down to who plays who on Thursday, as looks to be Cheyenne Eagle Butte on top over Crow Creek, 52-22. End of the first half. We'll have that scoreboard update at the end of the post game. Looking at Class AA before we end off and head into the third quarter action. Yankton over Brookings, 37-15. 1 minute left in the first. And we are end of third period to the start of the fourth period at Huron Arena. O'Gorman over Huron, 52-22. Again, that's end of third period. We'll have all of that, probably your final scores coming in out the post game tonight. Again, my name is Gurney Harrington, joining you on the call tonight for Region for girls basketball, Region 6A tonight. Number 2 Miller Lady Rustlers taking on number 7 Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. As both teams are out of their respective locker rooms and back onto the court soon. As the buzzer just signaled as it is now time the start of the second half here inside the Miller Gymnasium. Looks like both starting fives are coming out for both teams. Both starting fives are now back on the court for both teams. And it's going to be Rustlers taking the ball out. Palmer to Paige Wordle. Ball now on the inside to Lichty. Lichty with a left-hand layup to go. Make it 41-11, and I believe that's going to indicate running clock here tonight. Could be wrong if the ball gets stopped. As Norman still has the ball now on top. Moving on the right, now inside, bounce passes it. Now this time into number 15, Addie Deal. Deal going on the inside. And then she takes it to go. Addie Deal with 3 points actually under her belt. Make it 41-13. Palmer throws it over to Lichty on the left wing. No good. Hands it off to Paige Wordle. Now back to Palmer on the right wing. Moving on top. Bounce passes it to Grayson. Now to Paige. This time on the left. Throws it out to Grayson. Now to Syanga. Now bounce pass it in. Try to give it to Paige and saved it. Now ends up in the hands of the Buffaloes. 6:53 left here to go in the third. 41-13 is your score as Rustlers not looking back over the Buffaloes. And as Deal takes a step back, takes a floater shot in to go on, it looked like on the post. Wordle on the left wing. Now to Lichty. Now back to Paige on the right. Does pass it on the inside to Syanga. No good. Passes back up on top. Now to Paige on the right wing. Moves on inside. Sees Lichty. Lichty takes a step back. No good. Out of bounds. And it is going to be running clock as it has stepped out of bounds. Usually it stops, but nope. Going to be running clock here tonight. Fosheim directing his players on where they really need to go tonight. As it's going to be Norman on the left wing, trying to find her way in or trying to find somebody that has somewhat of an advantage inside, but no good. They're not really finding anything. Hands off to Hall. Hall into Barta. Barta. Now it looked like to the Deal, no good. Palmer, now to Wordle. Wordle takes on the left layup, hands it up to Syanga. Syanga will take a foul. She's going to the line. There's going to be a holding call. That's going to be on number 15 for Buffalo, Addie Deal. As Syanga, first time on the line tonight, and she makes her first shot in. Clock is stopped at 5:25. 42-15. Second shot up and no good. Rebounded, this time to Paige Wordle on the right corner. Bounce passes up to Palmer on the right on top. Now to Lichty on the left wing. She's having trouble. Finds Grayson on top. Now to Palmer on the right. Inside to Lichty. Takes the shot. Floater, no good. Hits the rim. Rebounded by Buffalo. Back into the hands of Tedder. Now stolen this time as Paige Wordle tried to get it. It rolled out of bounds, so it's going to be landing on the Buffalo side for the ball. 4:49 left here to go. As we are back until running clock. As Hall stopped by Grayson Wordle. Bounce passes in. Ball almost got stolen by Paige Wordle, but it's going to be, I believe, a jump ball. It is going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Rustler's hands. Well, maybe. No, miscommunication there. It's actually going to be staying on the Buffalo side of the court. And foul whistle blown as I believe Madeline Syanga hit the I believe it hit Alyssa Tedder that was inbounding the ball. And it's a technical foul. It's going to be on Sayanga. So that's going to be her second foul of the night. And as I do believe I see Kayan Anderberg going to be subbing in for someone. As I do see it's going to be Kenzie Hall. Or no, excuse me, Addie Deal will take that technical foul as she's going on the free throw line. First shot made. Second shot made as well. Make it 42-17 as, yep, Kayan Anderberg will sub in for Sayanga. As Sayanga is shrugging it off, no big deal. Buffalo will have the ball inside the Addie Deal. Will cross over. Left wing, trying to move on the inside. She takes it, no good. Foul called. It's a hitting foul. It's going to be on Kate Lichty, her third foul of the night. As Haley Wordle will check back in for the Rustlers. As Addie D will take her first shot on the free throw line, up and no good. She has been not too bad on the free throw line tonight. We'll gather the free throw scores during the post game. With 3:58 left here to go in the third. 42-17. Second shot incoming for Deal. Up and good for Addie Deal. As Paige will take it down. Ends it off. Now back to Haley Wordle. And timeout being taken by Christy Lanky. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds here on Dakota Sports.
American Family Insurance.
This is Crystal Volkwartson, agent at Volkwartson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Still in the timeout huddle as we got less than 30 seconds left here to go before timeout ends. Both teams are still in their huddles as I spoke too soon, as Christy Linky is ending up her timeout for her players. So they're going to be the first one back onto the court. Fosheim taking his sweet time to talk with his players about what they need to do here tonight for the rest of the third quarter and going into the fourth. As it's 42-18, less than 4 minutes to go in the third. As we have Jolie Palmer, Grayson Wordle, Paige Wordle, Kayan Anderberg, and Haley Wordle on the court for the Rustlers. As for the Buffaloes, it's Taylor Barta, Addie Deal, Jesse Falsheim, and Taylor Barta as well, and Hannah Tedder, and Austin Norman for the five on the court for the Buffaloes. Palmer, right wing, looking around, see who she can find. She does find someone. It's going to be Haley Wordle, but whistle blown, and it's going to be not a call that Buffalo really wanted, but they're going to take it as it's going to be their ball. As Deal will inbound it in, this time to Austin Norman, as it's going to be a man-to-man defense as Rustlers from start to finish. Since the start of the tip-off tonight, it's just been nonstop defense for them. As ball got out of bounds, it's going to be staying on the Buffalo side. As Norman will take it out. Finds Taylor Barter on the left corner. Ends it off to Deal. Deal on the left wing, goes inside, hits the rim, gets her own rebound. Ends it off again. As she finds Jessie Fosheim on the right wing, gets her for a three. And response, Jolie Palmer gets a response. She gets a layup. Make it 44-20. Whistle blown. It's still running clock. They foul on number 4, Austin Norman. That's going to be your second foul. Really didn't see what the foul was on her. I was trying to figure out what that score was. As Austin Norman's got 2 points under her belt. Ball still on the Rustler side. 2 Buffalo players on the ground and Paige Wordle on top, as it's going to be a jump ball. Rustlers will have it. Will keep it there on their side. As Palmer will inbound it. Gives it off to Paige Wordle for a right wing 3. She takes it. 47-20. As Jolie Palmer will swat it out of Addie Deal's hands at a mid pass. So we'll keep it on the Buffalo side. 1:21 and counting, winding down on the clock in the third quarter. We'll have your fourth quarter action coming up. As Deal will take it out, moving on the right, stop on the right wing. And she throws it out to Austin Norman, now on top of the key. Finding someone. She's having a hard time trying to find someone as pass. And miscommunication pass ends up in the hands of the Rustlers. Paige Wordle on top of the left wing. Less than a minute to go. Jolie Palmer moving inside from the right. Gets saved by Paige Wordle for the ball as it almost went out of bounds on Palmer. But was saved by Paige Wordle. I think she's got 21 points under her belt tonight. As we're under 30 seconds left here to go in the third quarter. Pass got swatted out by Paige Wordle, ends up in the hands. This time, it's going to be scored on the left scored layup by Ailey Wordle. As she gets fouled out, she's going to the line. Make it 51-20. Clock is stopped at 17.3 seconds. Substitutions coming in for both sides. J.C. Pugh coming in for the Rustlers, and I do believe that I hear Aspen Lenz, number 25 for Stanley County, up, and it's an and one shot done by Haley Wordle, up and good. 52-20. 13 seconds left, counting down on the third. As Norman trying to move fast and no good, gets swatted out of bounds. We'll stay on the Buffalo side. Well, that'll do it for third quarter action. 52-20 as the Rustlers lead over the Buffaloes. 52-20. No looking back as we start the fourth quarter. All to come in 30 seconds. 30 seconds here on Dakota Sports.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuff pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bevo beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
You're tuned to Dakota
Livestock
Sports.
of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers. 1 a
Back here inside as we start fourth quarter action here inside the Miller Gymnasium. Grady Harrington with you on the call tonight. As, like I said, fourth quarter action underway. 52-20. Rustlers haven't looked back since the first quarter, or even, in fact, tip-off began tonight. As I believe it was Grayson or Paige Wordle started off this game with a layup to go. As first blood was drawn inside the first quarter, as I believe it was almost J.C. Pugh. It looked like J.C. Pugh. Now it's going to be Madeline Saenga stealing the ball from the Buffalo's hands. Saenga on top. Now it's Pugh. Pugh on the right wing. Now inside, it's going to be Anderberg on the inside. Now back up to Pugh. Ball's getting moved around now. It's going to be Saenga on the left wing. Takes it up to Pugh. Excuse me, to Haley Wordle. Now to Anderberg. To Saenga on the left wing. No good. For a 3. Tries to do it again. No good. It's going to be Pugh on the right wing. Now to Saenga on top. Now it's going to be Brueggemann for a 3 on the left wing. Gets it to go. Bailey Brueggemann. She's been in a few times on start of the second quarter, I believe. She's been on a scoring drought. Now she gets in a 3-pointer on the left wing. 55-20, 6:49 left here to go in the fourth. Ball almost got stolen this time by Ailey Wordle. No good, as the ball handling done by Lady Buffaloes have been excruciating tonight. As 5 seconds left here to go on the shot clock, they need to do something. As ball got swatted out of the hands of Kenzie Hall, this time by the hands that looked like it was Haley Wordle. And ball get taken up for a score, this time by, it looked like number 40, Anderberg. It is going to be Anderberg. Ball, miscommunication on the pass, gets out of bounds, and it's going to be Rustlers will have possession. Six minutes left, counting down inside tonight as Saenga comes out. It's going to be number 54 for the Rustlers. Trying to look at who that is. Number 54, Charlie Jensen. Write her name down. The 5'8" sophomore. Wordle. Now to Anderberg, now on the inside. Try to get it out to Brueggemann, but no good. Ball gets moved out of bounds. 57-20, 5:23 left here to go. As it's going to be Rustlers still on their side with Brueggemann inbounding the ball. Moving around. She does find someone. It's going to be Haley Wordle. Now to Pugh. Now on the inside of Brueggemann. On the right, inside on the right. Ball stolen this time by number 22, Alyssa Tedder. Ball was shot. Doesn't even hit the box. As Brueggemann moves down on the court. No good for a right-handed layup. A little bit too much on the sauce there, in my opinion. Hall. Now to Norman on the right wing. No, excuse me. It's going to be number 14 for them. Looking around, see more players come in. It's going to be number 14, Addison Norman. It's going to be a foul on number 40, Kayan Anderberg. Her second foul. As it's up and no good for a shot by, I believe, number 5, Kenzie Hall. Second shot up and no good for Hall. Ball in the hands of Brueggemann. Brueggemann on the left corner. It ends up in the hands of one of the officials. Substitutions coming in now as Paul and Tedder come out. This time as Hannah Tedder come in. It looks like also Ryan Bothwell will come in as well. Still in the hands of the Rustlers as Brueggemann up on top of the key. Hands it out to J.C. Pugh. J.C. Pugh steps on the inside. No good. And it's going to be Haley Wordle in the hands. Now back up to Brueggemann. Brueggemann. And now it's going to be Wordle. Trying to go for a 3. No good. Out of bounds ball. Still going to be on Miller's side. 3:38 left here to go. There's only one foul happened in the fourth quarter, and that foul was going to be on number 40, Kayan Anderberg. No one really in fouling trouble yet. The only foul coming was from Kate Lichty with 3. Attempted 3 from the corner up and no good, and rolled in out of bounds. So it's still going to be, it's actually going to be Lady Buffalo's ball now. 3:10 left here to go as it's winding clock time. 57-20. Ball moving on the inside from the left wing. And it led into a traveling call done by number 14, Addison Norman. Substitutions coming in from the Rustlers side as we do see Anderberg and Brueggemann come out. Alien World now moves on the inside. Now it's going to be Palmer on the inside on the right corner. Gets it to go. Jolie Palmer has got a point under her belt in the fourth quarter. Less than 2.5 minutes to go. As even from start to finish, Rustler defense is not letting up against the Buffaloes. It's like I said, from start to finish here inside the Miller Gymnasium tonight. And it's going to be, looked like it was a timeout called by Fosheim, but no. Really don't know what the call was. No, it's going to be a travel call. I believe it was a travel call, and it's leads to Fosheim putting a player in. I believe that player is going to be still Aspen Lenz, the 5'9" sophomore. Do believe. I don't know. Really see any new players coming in, except for number 3, Ella Sideshaw, the 5'4" 8th grader. Ball on the right side, on top of the wing, almost got knocked loose by, looked like by Palmer. Now ends up back in the hands. Number 44 for the team, for the Rustlers. And it looks like another score again, this time by Jolie Palmer. Number 44 for the Rustlers, that's going to be Kaylee Tenson. As Christy Lanky is letting in a lot of her players back in. Kaylee Teason, number 44. And she's been letting in a lot of players that really don't get a lot of playing time come off the bench. As Lanky will call a timeout, we'll take it with her. Back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Whip Custom Farming can help with all of your crop production needs, from planting to spraying to harvesting to trucking. With over 50 years of experience, Whip Custom Farming is prepared to meet the individual producer's needs, from the entire annual operation to individual per contract jobs. Whip Custom Farming is available to do the complete job or work alongside you and your existing equipment. Find us online or call Trent at 605-350-2867. Whip Custom Farming, looking forward to growing with you.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Out of the timeouts and back onto the court, as we do have, I believe there's some players switching, coming back out on the court. 1:28 left here to go in the fourth, 61-20. Rustlers still have the lead, and they're really going to just tie the knot on that. Taken up on the floater shot done by Brueggemann, no good. Hits the rim, though. And it's going to be a lead into a jump ball. Still going to be the Rustlers. Winding clock. Excuse me. Winding clock. 1:10 left here to go. Takes up for a shot, this time by number 54, Charlie Jensen. Up, no good. Hits the rim, though. Down to a minute here inside the Miller Gymnasium. Up for a shot, up and good, done by number 2, Ryan Bothwell. Make it 61-22. Less than 50 to go. Ball now inside by Kaylee Teason. Teason looked like it leads into a traveling call, excuse me. Clock now lands on 30 seconds as the shot clock is turned off. Ball now on the inside for the Buffalo. Now back up on top, and now stolen by number 24, Bailey Brueggemann. Tries to go up for a left, no good. But a foul will land on her, as I believe she's going up to the line. Foul's going to be on number 3, Ella Seidschlaw, her first foul. Brueggemann on the line. Up and good. 8.1 seconds left here to go in the fourth, as it's going to be a Miller Lady Rustlers win over the Stanley County Buffaloes. Whoa! As, I don't know if you've seen it, but it looked like Atlas Seidschlaw was stepped in before Brueggemann even took a shot, but they're not really going to call it, and that's going to be it here tonight. 63-22. is your final score as the Miller Lady Rustlers take home a win on for the start on their 6A regions over the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes. Final score 63-22. Again, my name is Grady Harrington, joining you on the call tonight as we just wrapped up the game as the Miller Lady Rustlers take home a win over the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes 63-22. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have your post-game analysis and your stats and another look at your scoreboard update. All to come in 2 minutes. 2 minutes here on Dakota Sports.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Wishbone Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
All right, now back inside the Miller Armory tonight as it is end of the game tonight as Miller Lady Rustlers wrapped up over the Stanley County Buffaloes. Final score 63-22. As we do, looking at the scoreboard, they erased it, and it's going to be Rustlers and believe Braves from the Crow Creek Braves, I believe, when I look at the final scores tonight. As we might as well go into the Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game show here tonight. Like I said, final score 63-22. Rustlers win. Lead scores tonight. Let's start with the Rustlers. As Paige Wordle, the 5'10" senior guard, scored 21 points overall tonight. She scored 16 points at the end of the first half, and she managed to put 5 more points up in the third quarter to end her game tonight. Yeah, with 21 points. Right behind her, it's going to be Jolie Palmer with 13 points, the 5'6" senior. As overall, in third, it's going to be Kate Lichty with 6 points. She didn't score any points, I do believe, at the fourth quarter, as it's going to be Jolie Palmer alone as she made some scores throughout from start to finish in the first into the fourth quarter. Looking into the free throw stats, they went for 7 for 8 on the line tonight. They shot 87.5%. As for the Stanley County Lady Buffaloes, they ended up losing at 63-22. Their scores for tonight, their lead scores coming from Addie Deal, the 5'7" sophomore with 8 points. Followed behind her is Alyssa Tedder with 5 points. And right behind her is Hannah Tedder, the 5'8" 8th grader with 3 points. Free throw percentages, they went for 6 for 11 overall. here tonight. Shot 75% on the free throw line. It's now time for the scoreboard update. That's brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. For an appointment at the Mirror, you can call Lori at 605-883-HAIR. Again, 605-883-HAIR. Let's go into the scoreboards tonight as Hitchcock-Tulare defeating Langford area 60-40. And that's coming from the Region 1B. Region 2B area, DeBrook area 50, Woolsey-Wessington 33. Centerville over Trip Delmont Armor 58-46. Going back into 2B, region Class 2B. Castlewood defeating Iroquois Lake Preston 56-35. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Wessington Springs over D. Smith 47-46. That's still in the Region 2B. Region 3B, Sanborn Central Woonsocket defeating Dell Rapids St. Mary's 48-39. Final score, Corsica Stickney 68-22 over Andy Central Dakota Christian. And 4 minutes left in the fourth in Arlington over Oldham Ramona Rutland 65-39. That's in Region 2B. Other scores to look at, especially around the area and into the regions. As look at with Clark Willow Lake defeating Elkton Link Benton 60-30. Other games to look at tonight. 2 minutes left in the fourth with Platte Geddes over Chamberlain 46-45. That's in the number 4 Chamberlain Cubs hosting Platte Geddes. They're number 5. So Platte Geddes is up. 2 minutes left in the fourth. We'll have all of that hopefully before I wrap up on the post game, or if not, we'll have your final scores all coming up on tomorrow when we do announce the scores from tonight. Let's see here. Cheyenne Eagle Butte defeating Crow Creek 85-34. As it's going to be, do believe Cheyenne Eagle Butte will take on the Miller Rustlers on Thursday. Let's see here. That's going to be it for Class A. Class AA girls. Yankton defeating Brookings 56-24. Brandon Valley defeating Mitchell 54-34. And O'Gorman taking out Huron 59-36 for the girls. Looking at for the boys side, for the AA, O'Gorman and Huron both tied at 21. 3 minutes left in the second. Other scores, Sioux Falls, Washington defeated T Area 66-58. Sioux Falls, Roosevelt 79, Aberdeen Central 53. Sioux Falls, Jefferson, final score 66 over Pierre Riggs 47. And that's a look at your scoreboard update. Again, that scoreboard update brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. The Mirror accepts walk-ins as the Mirror Family Hair Care, located at 35 4th Street in downtown Huron. What's to come for Miller Rustlers? Well, like I said, they will be taking on Cheyenne Eagle Butte on Thursday, as I believe it's going to be here still in Miller on Thursday, so I'll be on the call for that. So can't wait to be back in Miller. Pretty short drive in my opinion. Almost a 45 minute drive. So yeah, not bad. I'll be looking forward to that on Thursday. Don't quote me on that. And that's gonna be it for me. Big thank you to Zach back in the studio as making sure we are connected for these games as well. Big thank you to the coaches I got to have the opportunity to interview tonight. And as always, big thank you to the listeners as this has been a presentation of Dakota Sports, committed to excellence in sports broadcasting. Be safe, everyone, and have a good night.
Thanks for listening to exciting high school sports. We are Dakota Sports on KOKK. Tonight's coverage has been brought to you by
Kent Clark Insurance, Slumberland Furniture, Burns Manufacturing in Wessington, Dairy Queen, Dakota Land Feeds in Huron, Huron Regional Medical Center, Carr Chiropractic Clinic in Huron, Rockin' Z Acres, Kaufman Livestock, Whip Custom Farming LLC, Wilbur Ellis, Dakota Provisions and Washbone Market, American Bank and Trust, Brian Davidson State Farm Insurance, Your Miller sponsors for tonight: Coleman Beers Bag and Anderson CPA, American Family Insurance, Miller in Huron, Miller Pump and Pack.